Welcome to the table. It's 7:45, tell your neighbor. It's about time for everyone to speak. DC speaking up for the people every week. It's 7:45, let me holler at you. Podcast.
Welcome to the table. It's DC with the 745 podcast. Today's conversation is titled The Weight They Carry, seeing the story behind every student. Students carry more than backpacks. They carry anxiety, trauma, pressure, grief, and questions. Every student has a story, and today we're talking about the stories most people never hear. But before we get started, we'll have a quick Did You Clock That? When people think about student mental health, they often picture high school students. But the truth is, the story starts much earlier. According to national research, about 1 in 5 children ages 3 to 15 has a current or previous mental, emotional, developmental, or behavioral condition. Experts also tell us that half of all lifetime mental health conditions begin by age 14, and 75% begin by age 24. That means many students begin carrying anxiety, trauma, grief, or emotional struggles while they're still in elementary and middle school. Even those challenges haven't been identified yet. Middle school, especially ages 11 to 14, is one of the most significant periods of development. And here's what really stood out to me. National research shows that students who feel connected to their school are significantly less likely to experience poor mental health or suicidal thoughts. In other words, belonging isn't just something nice to have, it's protective. So here's today's question. Are schools creating places where students feel safe enough to be themselves? Today's guest is Rachel Davis. Rachel has served in education since 2019 and earned her Master of Education in School Counseling in 2023. She currently teaches journalism, yearbook, and broadcasting while working closely with 7th and 8th grade students. She's also continuing her journey towards becoming a licensed professional counselor because she believes mental health support should not stop at school doors. Outside the classroom, Rachel serves students through youth ministry and is an active member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Rachel, it's good to finally get you to the table. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited.
All right.
If
So
you can't tell.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
So relax. We're good. All right. So we work together. I've supervised you. We've coached together.
Yep.
And I've watched you grow as an educator. And there's many facets to Rachel Davis. So I have to ask you.
Yeah.
How do you balance the different versions of you?
That's a good question. That's a great question.
Yeah.
All I can say is my foundation starts with God. It's always started with God. So you always need someone who can support you in different types of your life. And for me, I try to do that with people, with my family, with my friends, with my coworkers, even just to show kindness and show support and show understanding. So I try to do that for other people in any type of situation or any type of like life thing that that person is going through.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's a selfless person.
Yeah. I try to.
Which takes a lot of energy.
Yeah.
So speaking of energy,
It does.
what inspired you to pursue education? Because
Okay, so we got to tell the truth.
Okay.
I never wanted to be a teacher.
Okay.
I'm going to say that. I say that all the time.
Yeah.
I never wanted to be a teacher, but I knew I could do it.
Yeah.
My dad is a veteran, but my dad always loved knowledge. My stepfather started in sports, and now he's a head principal at a high school where he met my mom. My mom she started in the criminal field, and then she went into education in special education. Yeah. Became a counselor, became a coordinator, became second in command at a alternative school, and now she's a full licensed LPC.
Okay.
So my grandmothers, one of them didn't go to college. She only had an associate degree, but she was a knowledgeable person. She learned she learned things on her own through life lessons. My other grandmother was a nurse. She also taught. She had her hand in different type of pots. So I say all that to say both my foundation with my family, they all started pushing education. Yeah. So I always knew that I was going to be, I guess, aligned to education, but not a teacher.
Yeah.
But I knew I was good. I knew I could do it because I've had examples. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I just didn't. The way that my teachers taught me growing up,
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that because they were dedicated to that profession, and they pushed me, and I don't know, there was times where I had to be excellent. You know what I'm saying? So it was the strive for that. So I was like, that type of job, the way that they taught me, the things that I did in the classroom, I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
So, but when I fell into teaching, it kind of was like, well, I wouldn't say fell, but God guided me into teaching because I didn't fall into it. Like, it was always in the back of my head, like, you could always teach.
Yeah.
And I knew I was good at it because I knew I wanted to do something. I wanted to help kids. At a young age, I wanted to help kids. I always wanted to help others. I always knew that was my purpose. So teaching was kind of like an outlet to get there.
Okay.
So that's how I look at it. Yeah. Because I did start in speech pathology. Okay, that's where I got my bachelor's in, was speech pathology. So, because I always did want to be a psychologist, but it was like, that's a lot of school. I don't want to go to school all the time. Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do speech pathology. It's kind of like therapy. You know, you're focusing on like the ear and the nose and the speech impediments, people coming from like traumatic experiences. They go through strokes and they learn to better, to relearn how to talk or to go through some type of physical therapy or something. But when I was applying for grad school, my dad came. I was in my dad's house in Atlanta at the time, and he came into the room. He was like, "Do you even want to be a speech pathologist?" Yeah. And I sat back and I was like, "No, I don't." So I went to teaching. I started because I already subbed in college, so I subbed when I moved back home, and it was just like my parents was like, "You're already doing it. Just pay for the stuff. You can do it." And I was just like, "I don't want to do that," because at the time I really didn't know what I wanted to do. Right. All I knew is subbing was cool. I was doing a little 9-to-5, and it wasn't enough.
Right.
So.
Well, it sounds like a bloodline thing, but I think which there's a lot of teachers that had parents that taught.
Yeah, and my grandmother taught me how to read at 3. Taught me and my sister how to read at 3. So with her, she had to start early with learning. So for me, I do align with learning with growth. Okay. So as a teacher, I do learn all these things that's going to help me be an LPC. Okay. Because I get to see the ins and outs with students and, with education and academics and things like that.
And I'm glad you said that because that's kind of my next question. Mm-hmm. LPC being your calling, and how did you know? It seems, and correct me if I'm wrong, you fell or God guided you into education. Yeah. But now you get to find out like what's your niche within it. Because everybody thinks that if you're in education, like from the outside looking in, you got to teach. Yeah. Right. But people don't know there's certain different facets of it. And then you get to kind of choose your path. Right. And so what led you to the path of LPC or becoming a counselor in general?
Like I said, I always knew I wanted to advocate for people. I had a lot of friends that went through a lot of stuff growing up as kids. Yeah. And if they only had a person in their corner to say, that's not okay, that's not normal. Yeah. That's traumatic. Like, we need to talk about it. Right. Your feelings are valid. If it was someone who did that for them, I feel like a lot of my friends wouldn't be doing a lot of the repairing now. Because I'm in my 30s. All my friends, majority of my friends are in my 30s or late 20s. So we're doing all the repairs. Yeah. We're doing all the why we have trust issues, why we have abandonment issues, why, we're dealing with self-worth. A lot of that came from childhood. Wow. Yeah. And learning about, in my grad program, we learned about trauma-informed schools. And one of the ladies that I watched the TED Talks was like, a lot of these kids, the reason why they are the way they are because their parents didn't teach them how to cope. And a lot of things that we could do better as humans, as people, is if we had better coping skills. Yeah. Like, and her example was, this sticks with me all the time. Her example was, if you failed a test, if you, what was it? You will associate, say if you saw your parent crying and having a fit because they lost their job. Mm-hmm. and all they did was cry, scream, throw stuff, get angry. The child is going to say, oh, when bad things happen, I need to scream. I need to cry. I need to throw things, right? Because the parents at the end of the day are the first teachers.
Right.
But if a parent, of course we're not robots. We may cry. But if the parent says, you know what, I'm going to go out in the street. I'm going to go find a job. You see the parent going, looking up job applications. You see them applying. You see them at the table doing this and doing that, speaking positivity to themselves. The child's going to say, oh, when I failed that math test, oh, I just need to study. I need to, I'm going to cry. I'm going to be sad about it, but I need to study. Maybe I need to go talk to somebody else. So those things are learned at a young age from your parents.
Right. Okay. So, you did tell me that you are heavily involved with your church.
Mm-hmm.
So how has faith, service to the church shaped you?
So I'm originally from Port Arthur. So I moved out here when I was 11. My mom, we were trying to find a church home. We finally found one. And that preacher ended up leaving one church, going to another. And then that's the church that I'm at right now.
Okay.
So like I said, I came in middle school. So I basically grew up in that church, basically, with the people there. It's funny because now I am the young adult. I am Sister Davis. And that stuff is so funny. It's so funny to me because
Sister
they really
Davis.
be saying, oh, good morning, Sister Davis. I mean, like, what? Now, mind you, my mom's hasn't been Sister Davis in forever. But in my head, I'm like,
You're an elder.
I'm not my mama. Like, I'm not Sister Davis. And I love my church members that call me Sister Rachel because I'm like, ooh, that's me right now. I'm in that in between.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a young adult. I still feel like I'm a youth, but I'm in that young adult thing now. So now it's like, oh, are you coming to the women's ministry? Are you? I'm like, whoa, hold on. So with that, I'm glad that I'm able to be like that. I guess that connection between the youth and the elders, the brother this, sister that, that. So I feel like I'm like that little insert for them now because I am a youth worker. We go, I do advocate for the things that the kids that need at the church. We go on youth trips together. We didn't go this year for the summer because a lot of, travel and stuff. But I try my best to show the kids like, hey, like, when you go to these events, use them as your access to be yourself. Okay. Like when we go to the different states and we stay at these universities and y'all meet these other kids, like really try to build these relationships. Because that's what me and my sister did. Mm-hmm. Like I'm going to Dallas in a few weeks for my friend that I met at the youth conference.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? He's he is a preacher, but he's a preacher and he's going to school to get his I don't know exactly what he's getting, but I know it's related to preaching. But you know what I'm saying? He's going to school for that too. So it's like you get to build these relationships. And my church we're still trying to figure out where we are. Yeah. And I feel like me and the other young adults there, I'm seeing that we are slowly having to fill in those spaces.
They're going to be looking for y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
They're already looking.
I'm familiar with that.
Because right now I do... I'd help my mom with decorations with VBS. We did that. I do the pre-K. No, I do the third through fourth. I do the babies. Yeah. I helped with the high school for VBS. My sister's in high school, so I helped with that. Yeah. And I just kind of just try to fit where it is, like where I go. And then I do sometimes support the young adult group as well at our church.
All right. So you are teaching students how to tell stories with your job in journalism, right? Mm-hmm. Did you ever imagine that your classroom would be a place where students trusted you with some of the most secret parts of them? Or do they just kind of like hide everything and don't write about it?
Eventually, it's funny watching, and I think I told someone about this for journalism. I love to write. Mm-hmm. I haven't written in a while, but I love to write. Yeah. That was something as a kid that it started in fourth grade because, we had to do the writing test in fourth grade.
For sure.
And this is why I say I appreciate my teachers back then because literally she was like, okay, here's your paper, right? And literally I'm pulling stuff out of thin air. Yeah. And then I, sat back and I was like, oh, this is cool. This is fun. Like I got to make a whole new world on this paper. Mm-hmm. So watching them start at the beginning of the year, because yearbook is my first period. Mm-hmm. So starting and watching them just not knowing nothing. And then all of a sudden they just you see them run around like little ants, just doing stuff, picking stuff. I don't like that. Let's do this. Let's do that. Or Miss Davis, I can come to this event and take these photos. Oh, I need to upload my pictures. Can I go to Mr. So-and-so's class to take pictures for my spread? Like watching them do that is very, I love it. That part I love.
Do you think that's just an increase in knowledge or being more comfortable?
I think it's both because the system that we use when you first look at it is very overwhelming. And for me, I'm still learning how to do stuff. My last group of kids, the book that they developed, I didn't even know how they did half of that stuff in there. And I'm still trying to figure it out how they did that. It literally, and some of them kids, that was my second year having them. It literally took them just to sit and play with it for them to be creative. And the ideas in their head, they put it on, their book.
Okay.
And then I also do broadcasting. So with them, they create videos or videography. We do, one group is my advanced where they do the morning announcements.
Okay.
And then my second group are my beginners. So I'm literally just teaching them basics. And then they get the opportunity to express their self through movies, through clips, through creating flyers, doing all type of stuff. So thank God for Canva because they get to do all of that in the classroom, along with the video stuff that we do also use. Yeah,
and I'm a big advocate for application of knowledge. Like I feel like, once a student learns the basics of anything, the rest of the learning period should be application. Yeah, because you learn as you do, right? Yeah. All right, so it's time for the 745 scenario. Yeah. If you're watching on YouTube, put your answers in the comments. We want you to participate as well.
Come on, engagement.
You ready? Don't be a hater. It's 7:45 in the morning. A student walks in angry. They refuse to work. They cuss at the teacher. They throw their Chromebook. Seen that before. Later that afternoon.
Because you triggered me with Chromebook. Because it made me think about them iPads.
For sure. Later that afternoon, you learn they spent the night sleeping in a car. Here's the question. Should the consequences change once you know the whole story?
Yes.
Why? They threw the Chromebook.
I know they threw the Chromebook. I mean, I've had students throw book. I mean, I've had chairs thrown. Like the desk that's connected to the chair. Flip the kid over in the chair. So I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, they should get the consequence. I agree.
But
it's hard because, should the consequence... Actually, no. The consequence shouldn't change because every action has a reaction.
Okay.
But there should be a conversation. It's not just straight right up.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But you do have to set the standards because you don't want every other kid just because someone stubbed their toe on the way to class to throw the Chromebook. You know what I'm saying?
Understand.
But you do need to have one thing I am realizing as a teacher now because I say it too, like, see, if y'all was in school with me, none of this would have happened. Da, da, da. But you also have to think of the time frame that we're in. And like your last guest that you had when she brought up COVID, you remember we was in COVID together, and that was crazy.
We were.
That was crazy.
It was survival time.
I didn't know what was going on. Like that was crazy.
Yeah.
And these kids, unfortunately, they're suffering from those gaps, and they're suffering from those. I don't even know what to call them.
Yeah.
But the gaps in everything in the education that everybody has been overlooking.
Right.
So the social skills, the SEL, like that, they don't know how to code.
Yeah.
They think that the only emotion is anger, sadness, and happiness. That's it. There's no in between. You know what I'm saying? So for that child, they will get their consequence because them Chromebooks is expensive. Like, you're not taking it out of my check. Yeah. They're expensive, but they would need to have figuring out how to de-escalate. And teachers also need to learn how to de-escalate. Sometimes a direct screaming and yelling, it's not going to work. Because why? They was getting screamed and yelled at this morning. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? For me, I can attest to it that I've done it. my first instance is to react, not respond. But
Oh, I know.
you know what I'm saying? You know,
I was
we're
there.
not gonna bring that up.
I was
Okay?
there.
I'm still yelling, but it's okay. I told myself this year I'm not gonna yell,
No
and
more
I
yelling.
still yell.
I would hear her down the
You
hall. I ain't lying.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something.
said, oh,
Them
Lord.
kids, I love them still to this day.
Be doing the
But
investigation.
God, Lord, me. He had to literally say, "Go sit down," and I was like, "Okay." Just go. But yeah, it's the response, because sometimes you might need to, because I've been in a situation where I was like, hey,
Yeah.
like, why did that happen? Are you good? Do you need some time?
Yeah.
You know, it also, it just comes with the delivery after. But those type of kids, they need a moment, and I get it. The only thing they need to do is throw something, and hey, but let's not throw that. Next time, how about we say, Miss Davis, I need some time in the bathroom. I need to take a walk. I need to go to the counselor's office.
Right.
But if that is instilled early, especially in the classroom, I tell my students all the time, if you need a moment, you need to communicate that with me.
Yeah.
And some kids do not know how to communicate because they get shut down when they need to express their emotions.
Right. Right. And the teacher's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see my side, or my point of view as an administrator. I get the call that they threw it.
Mm-hmm.
And most teachers will say, hey, what are you going to do about it?
Mm-hmm.
Or if you do not do something about it, then now, you're just letting it pass,
Right.
and you're just going to send it right back. And I understand that, because I've
Yeah.
been a teacher, and I think most teachers forget that as an administrator, you were a teacher at one point.
Right.
However, I think the disconnect, and this is, if I was to be nice in how I put this, the disconnect is the way that you see kids and their emotions in life. I see it differently.
Right.
I know B-Cot, when he was on here, he said perspective is everything.
Right.
Like, I may have grown up, which I did, in poverty or, homeless and sleeping out of a car and wondering, what I'm going to wear the next day and all this other stuff. And you may have not even
I haven't experienced that.
And so now your instinct is to say, he's a bad kid.
Right.
Mine is to say, what's going on behind the scenes?
Right.
So now if we don't find a common ground with how we deal with kids, and that's why you got SEL and all this other stuff, because somebody had to set a standard for what to do for all kids.
Right.
And we see it doesn't always work.
Right.
So, all right, cool. I don't want to stay on that too long. So, with your point of view, what warning signs do educators miss when it comes to student behavior?
It's hard because sometimes, we have the kids with the hoodies, right? We have the hoodie kids. For them, that's comfort. We have the stay on the computer kids. Like they like to sit by themselves kids. So for me, the signs, if I have built a rapport with the student, and they'll come to me. Yeah. They'll come to me. But if I didn't build a rapport with the student, the head down, you know what I'm saying? A little bit more antsy, the creating attention or creating disruptances, language. A lot of my kids, they talk loud. Yeah. My classroom is very loud. So I try to keep my head on swivel, my ear on swivel. So picking up communication cues, also noticing how their friends are responding to them too. Right. Like, are you okay? Like, what's wrong? Or of that nature. Middle school is very hard. It's harder than elementary. Okay. Elementary, it's on their face. Middle school, they mask it a little bit better.
Okay, talk about that, because now you're in a space where you're studying counseling, but you also have a space where students are more likely to be open through videography, writing, or sharing their creative passions. So how has that benefited you in being able to see through that veil? You know what I'm saying? Because as a reading teacher or a math teacher, you may not get that chance to see that student in that light. You have that ability to do that. So how has that helped you?
So a lot of kids that I noticed that they like to work by themselves. And it's hard to get them out that shell. Okay. Because they rather do it on their own. They don't want to talk to anybody. They don't want to feel the whole, I don't get picked to be with a partner. And that's hard for me because I try my best to have them move and switch, but it's like I don't want to trigger anybody in that space too, because a lot of kids just rather work by themselves. They don't have no friends in the room. You know what I'm saying? I try to create a non-clicky culture in my room, but unfortunately when you're in, it's like that. And watching the kids, what they create, when I see them working by themselves, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna be your partner too.
Yeah,
like
sure.
we're gonna do it together. I try to insert myself in there if they like it or not, but in a nice way. I ease into it. Like, oh, okay, what you working on? So like, what's your favorite color? Like, da, da, da. So I try to build that rapport with them by just inserting myself, asking them questions, and seeing what they like to work on. Also, remember that last one that you did when you did over there? So what is your other favorite thing to do? Or what's your other favorite thing to work on? Okay, so how about when I give you articles to read, you just read these because you're into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, you were absent. Let's catch up. Your catch up work is this. Yeah. So just trying to I guess, pride myself in there. Like, because sometimes it does take, for me, and especially the elective that where I have at least 30 kids in a room, I have to try to build that relation through. And then also I use my other students to get to my other students. Of course, yeah. Like if I see that Susie talks to Billy, then hey, Billy and me have a good relationship. Hey, Billy, what's going on with Susie? Like, is she good? And then Billy's like, well, Miss Davis, I mean, okay, you don't feel comfortable talking about it? Cool. Well, hey, if you see so-and-so is doing X, Y, and Z, you might need to go tell somebody. Because if that's your friend, you care about your friend, you might need to go say something. And then, well, okay, well, yeah, you're right. Or how about you help your friend, walk them down there, you know what I'm saying, to the office, or who are they comfortable to talk to? Ask Miss So-and-so to, you know, ask questions. Try to gauge from different angles, because it's not going to work if you try to force yourself upon the student, because all they're going to do is push back.
Yeah. So how does culturally responsive teaching play a part in that? Because you have people from different parts of life and stuff like that. And so...
Can you define that? Because I was like...
So basically meeting a student with where they are in regards to race, right? Ethnicity. You know what I'm saying? You know, you get a lot of people who want African-American or Black teachers in Black schools, Hispanic in Hispanic schools, because they want the student to be a reflection of themselves, or vice versa. Right. And so when we're talking about the actual teaching, we're talking about the curriculum that we use to engage with students. Because I do think that there is something to be said about making sure that students see themselves in the curriculum. Right. Yeah. And I think when they don't, we kind of lose them. And so with you doing journalism and broadcasting, does that play a part? Like, are they free to express themselves in that way?
Yes, as long as it stays within the school policy. Okay. As long as it stays within the school policy. Yeah. As long as, for me, it's my judgment too, because we did have a movie segment, and I said, hey, be mindful of your classmates and the things that they have experienced. So when it comes to things of sex trafficking or kidnapping, or you got to be careful on what you want to do your research over. Murder, you got people that don't have parents or family members because of murder. What I've done, when I'm out, I tend to give my students work that was happening around the world. And then when I'm doing my broadcasting with our broadcast system for the live broadcast, whatever the type of month it is. So if it's Hispanic Heritage Month, if it's Asian Pacific month, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Stuff like that, I try to embed it. Yeah. If it's, of those different cultures, so they are seen, because my class this is the most multicultural school district that I'm in. Okay. So in classroom I've ever been in. I've came from Title I. So I went to Title I. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I went to high school, and I went to middle school and high school in a suburban area. So that was a culture thing for me too. So I try to make sure that my kids, they do see themselves in whatever we do. Make it about you. Talk about your culture. And one thing I've noticed, a lot of these kids are they're it's like they're hypersensitive when it comes to culture, and then they're not. The jokes that they say, because middle school kids' mouths are crazy.
I hated middle school. I hated it. That's probably the worst segment of my life was middle school. I'm not gonna lie.
Mine was, it was like, I don't know, 6, 7. Like, I don't know.
You hang around them too long.
I know, I hate that term, but every time I be thinking, I'm like, 6, 7. I don't know. Middle school was weird. It was weird for me. It was very weird. I don't know. I just had a weird experiences with growing up, but I had growing up in middle school, high school. But I want to say the beginning of going into high school was like I liked it, even though middle school was weird.
But you know why? I think most kids, or people for that matter, if they had advocates, it would be a different experience. So
it would.
You've kind of touched on that, whether you knew it or not. If each student had someone that they knew, at least one adult in the school they knew they could go to, what do you think that would do for their mental health?
It would change totally. Like when I was reading I was listening to you talking about the facts. It only take one person. It literally only takes one person to just sit and listen. There's been times where I didn't even want to sit and listen. Yeah. But Miss Davis, just come over and pull a chair up, bro.
Yeah,
just
let's talk.
Come sit at my desk, bro. Just come sit. Like, what's going on? Mind you, I'm working, listening at the same time, but the fact that I just took the time out and just let them get it out, and I said, hey, no cuss words. Yeah. Do everything else but cuss words. Put filler word, dang, shoot. Like, keep it clean. Yeah. You know, and we're not talking about coworkers.
And they
like,
never
you know
made
what I'm
it to a
saying?
counselor. That was just with you in the classroom.
Yeah, it's me in the classroom. Yeah. Hey, I need you. But also, it's a give or take. Hey, I need you to do me a 30-second clip. When you're done, show me. Cool, we could talk. Because it has to have a balance. They can't just sit in here and talk your ear off. They still gotta work. I want them to still be productive, but I am here for you to talk.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm here for you to listen. I'm here for you to talk. If we need to go to lunch, have a chit chat. If you need to see me during the school day, make sure your work done before you come to my class. Because they're gonna come anyways. Yeah. I do appreciate it, but also that it has to be established for me as a teacher. I need to still have that boundary because some people will take that and be like, oh, she just let whatever so-and-so do whatever in her class. And it's like, but you don't even know our rapport. Right. Because I took the time out and did that with that student. Right. Now, all my students, I can't, and that was a conversation me and my stepdad had. I'm not going to reach everybody. Right. But if I reach one, you know, that shows my worth and what I'm doing.
Didn't have a relationship with or knew something about that was important for them for you to know.
And it's just literally take a simple conversation. And there's sometimes I feel like I was talking to a student and it just but they nodded. Yeah. They said, okay, I'll try. And I was like, cool, that's all I asked.
Yeah, maybe they just wanted to get it out.
Or they didn't say anything. I just literally was talking and you just looked at me dead in my eye and just was like, all right.
Hoping that you landed.
I hope you heard something. Please. I literally had a student like that this year. I was like, so are you like cool with what's going on? Yeah. And he was like, no. And I was like, okay. Like, do you want to like talk about it? Like, is there something wrong? He was just like, I'll just do better. And I was just like,
I'll just do better.
Okay. I'm here for you if you want to.
I think that, I think that it's easy to get impatient with students and give up when they give those types of answers. Mm-hmm. You do have to meet those kids where they are. And I think most educators, they know that. Mm-hmm. They've been taught that. Mm-hmm. But they still are learning how to self-regulate themselves. Yes. And so now it's almost like this. If I said, I said, hey, Rachel, a brother a little short this month. Right. And I said, can you, spot me a 20? Mm. You say, well, dog, I ain't got $20 myself.
You got the doctorate.
Well, you can that's one way. That's one answer. But you might say, hey, maybe not. Right.
Y'all heard him. He said yes.
No, I didn't.
Okay,
Lying.
it was on camera.
I'm gonna edit that part out.
No, keep it.
But if you don't have $20,
Right,
or you haven't learned how to manage your
10.
net, yeah. But then what is that gonna do for me? I'm short. That $20,
You
I
got
need the 20.
10, so
then what happens?
but I'm also meeting you where I'm at.
Right, but watch this.
Okay.
You leave me to go try to figure out where to get the other 10. And if you're the person I came to,
Right.
you're the person I spend the most time with as an educator,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm wondering who else can I go to?
Mm-hmm.
Because you gave me enough to say, hey, you okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that was like, okay, maybe I can talk to her or him.
Yeah.
And then after I said no, he said, well, you want to talk about it?
Mm-hmm.
He said, well, kinda. You're not really inviting right now by asking
Right.
me like that.
No, that's fair.
Right. So
yeah.
I think if educators knew how to self-regulate and knew their capacity,
Right.
then they would be better for students.
I've been
That's just my
transparent with
opinion.
my kids. I'd be like, hey, y'all.
I
Not
ain't got
today,
it.
bro. I don't have it, bro.
I don't have
like, I literally was like, hey,
Yeah.
so and so. Like, I had a passing. And I was like, yeah, I need some time. So give me about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Hold your concerns. Give me 20 minutes. Like, literally, I've had to do that with my kids. I'm not afraid. Some classes I can do that with. Some classes I can't. But that's because I built a rapport with those kids and I worked with them and stuff like that. But sometimes I'm like, hey, y'all, last period got me there.
Yeah.
Don't nobody come to my desk,
Yeah.
please. And I feel like to a certain extent, teachers do need to be a little transparent. You gotta tell them all your business, but you let them know like, hey, I don't have it today. Give me some time. Work on your own. Don't do nothing crazy. Just let me get it. And then when I'm ready, we're ready. Or be ready when I'm ready. Like, I give you a time frame. You know what I'm saying? But I think teachers be forgetting that we're not robots. We can't. And I get it. Be an adult. You gotta handle your stuff on the chin. Cool. I get that. Sometimes I can.
Yeah.
But other times I cannot.
But that's mature in itself. That's self-reflection.
Yeah.
Right? That's knowing who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And that still plays a part in knowing your bandwidth.
Mm-hmm.
And all I'm saying is, if you know your bandwidth,
Mm-hmm.
you either know how to pause,
Mm-hmm.
think, and reply, or find someone that
Mm-hmm.
has the bandwidth that student needs.
Yeah.
It may not be the counselor.
Yeah.
It may not be the AP. It
Yeah.
may not be the coach. Them the three people go to.
Yeah.
Coach, counselor, AP, and maybe the principal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the principal would be hiding sometimes. So maybe them
You're
first three.
Because for me, if I can't get to a student, I'm going to go to another teacher. I'm going to go to someone and be like, hey, come get your boy.
Yeah.
Your girl. She tripping.
All right. So
Like, come get him.
we've got about 10 left. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move on to you because it is important for educators to have somebody else to lean on. Every educator was once a student.
Right.
And so I'm going to ask you this. Who believed in you?
That's a good one. Who believed in me? It's like a lot of people believe in me. Like
With that, if you had one
if
person
I
that
had
comes
one
to mind.
person, my sister.
Your sister. Shout out to you, sister.
Shout out to my sister, Raimi. I love her.
Raimi?
Yeah, Raimi.
What's going on, Raimi?
Yes, that's my baby. That's my
Okay.
mom.
All right.
My sister, because I hated her growing up. I tell her that all the time. Like, she just was so annoying. Like, oh, you're just a person that just got on your last nerves. And we used to fight a lot.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna bring up no stories because we only got 10 minutes. But our relationship grew. Like, our relationship just grew over time. Like, we was having like family things going on growing up. And it's like, we was looking at each other like,
What we going to do?
we just got each other.
Yeah.
Like, literally, it's you and me. And one thing my dad and my mom and my stepdad always stressed was my parents, my three. They stress like, your siblings, you need them. Like, that relationship needs to grow. And I'm so thankful that me and my sister have such a great relationship. She literally yelled at me today because I didn't want to use something from her that I knew I had. No, right now I ain't got no car, y'all. I ain't got no car right now. So my sister let me use her car. And then she's like, girl, just take my car. You can use it. Stop acting stupid.
Yeah.
But it's like, you don't want to abuse that. But I know that's my dog. Like, that's someone I know who will always have my back. Like, always had my back. No shade to none of my friends. But like my sister, that relationship with your sister is just unmatched. Like that sibling relationship, unmatched. That's the only person that, well, not the only person, but I don't have to worry about her.
That's what's up.
So knowing that I have someone in the back, like my big cheerleader, because she low key taller than me,
Really?
you know, to push me.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, whatever. She took all the height. I don't understand. That's cool. Whatever.
Shout out to you, sister.
Shout out to my dog.
Thanks for the the will.
Right, because
we need to
how's
have
I gonna get here?
7:45. So I got one more question before we move to what's called the exit ticket.
Oh yes.
All right, so we're going to ask this question first. What is your biggest lesson from your 20s? Yeah, so
It's a little stressful. Man, 20s was a time. I had a great time in my 20s. One thing I really wish the best lesson,
like if you went back in time
if I could go back in time.
at your age now and then talk to a 20-year-old Rachel, you would say, hey, Rachel, whatever you do, don't do this. Everything.
Everything. Don't let your, well, I wouldn't say don't. Okay, I would tell her, get your financials in order. Really understand how to budget.
Yeah.
Understand what financial literacy is. Really come up with a plan with your financials. Yeah. I was just kind of you know, and I feel like if I would have done better with really learning and becoming more knowledgeable and investing in my car, like really investing in the things that I had, like my car at the time, really keeping up with the maintenance, like just investing in myself, period. Setting myself up and taking advantage of education, going right after graduating, go straight into getting my master's, going straight into getting my doctorate. You know what I'm saying? Getting those things done out the way. I feel like I would have been set better financially for that. But honestly, I guess right now, God has me in a pruning stage right now, and he has me in a waiting stage, and he has me in a reset. You know what I'm saying? I have to reset and redo because I am still getting blessed. But it's like now I have to maintain these blessings that I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? And now I have to utilize my time. So that's what I wish I would tell her.
Okay. All right. So the exit ticket.
And stay single.
She said stay single for a little bit longer. She said it. I didn't. All right. So for the exit ticket, I'm going to basically read sentence stems and you're going to fill in the blank.
Yay.
You ready?
ELA work.
Hey, got it included.
Bro.
All right, you ready?
Uh-huh.
All right, let's see.
Okay.
Every student deserves.
I don't know why, but peace.
All right. School counselors are.
Advocates.
Belonging starts with.
Belonging starts with self-worth.
Mentorship is.
Beneficial.
Equity means.
Meet you where you are.
One thing schools need more of.
That's a long sentence. Say it one more time.
One thing schools need more of.
Knowledge and trauma-informed schools.
Okay. One thing schools need less of.
Oh, and I'm adding safety to that too.
Okay.
They need that in safety. Less of. I really do not know. It's a lot. I feel like schools need less of the one size fits all mentality.
Okay. Final one. Hope looks like.
Hope looks like. Wow, I don't really know. That's a deep one. Hope looks like. I don't know.
So if this was a test, we have to just mark the line.
Baby, I'm skipping that one. It was 10. They get 9 out of 10. I got a 90. Oh no, Hope looks like reassurance.
Okay. All right. That's not bad. You did good.
I got 100.
Shout out to you. You did
Shout out to
good.
me. I got 100, y'all.
I get 95. All right.
Because I took too long.
All right.
5 points off.
Listen, Rachel, I want to thank you for coming to the table. For the audience, for those who are viewing, remember that the grades fade, the report cards get filed away. But the right words from the right adult at the right moment can change a life forever. Until next time, from the community to the classroom, keep changing the game. AM or PM, it don't matter. Tune in.